Once the flower decorations are done, next we'll explain the making method for each style. There are 3 styles in total: hair clip style, crossbody style, and pendant style. The crossbody and pendant styles both include this earphone case. But the hair clip style does not include this earphone case. I'll start with the hair clip style, which is simply to take out the spring clip and cut 1 60cm piece of same color yarn for the bow. Sew the ends of the spring clip to the bow. Remember to sew on the wrong side of the bow. Position the fabric piece centered. Sew horizontally. You can place the opening of the spring clip according to your preference. Sew a few times. Secure securely. Finally, hide the yarn tail inside the fabric piece. Hair clip style. After sewing one end, sew the other end. That's all for the hair clip accessory. Next, let's move on to the crossbody style. Shared part for the pendant style, earphone case. Use chain cast on. First crochet in rounds counterclockwise, then work back and forth, then crochet around to make a border. Finally, sew the buttons and D-rings onto the corresponding positions of the bag. First, let's get familiar with the chart. In the chart, R plus number indicates the round number. H plus number indicates the row number. The stitch instruction column shows what stitch techniques to use when crocheting that round, as well as how to increase or decrease. The total stitches column shows the total number of stitches for that round, the total number of stitches after completion. Several crochet stitches will be applicated, all marked on the chart. I won't list them one by one. Now, let me demonstrate the crocheting method. First, cast on. The chart shows 24 ch for casting on, meaning to make a foundation chain of 24 chain stitches. After completing the cast on, begin R1. 2 means start crocheting from the second chain from the hook. X means single crochet. The number after X indicates how many single crochets to make. Here it means pick up one strand on the top of the chain. Crochet the corresponding number of single crochets in each stitch. Continue until the second to last chain space. Once done, next comes W, which means 3 single crochets in one stitch. That is, crochet 3 single crochets into the same stitch. Insert the hook into the last chain. Pick up the top strand and crochet. 1, 2, 3. This completes 3 single crochets in one stitch. Rotate the piece. You can see, on this side, 2 strands remain at each chain space. pick up the 2 strands from the adjacent chain. That is, crochet into the insertion point of the single crochet on this side. Work single crochets 1 by 1. Continue until the second to last chain on the left side. Note: do not insert into the same stitch, where the 3 single crochets at the top are located. Place the starting tail of the yarn over your hook, crochet and wrap it in as you go. Finally, pick up the remaining 2 strands from the left side chain, and make a single crochet increase, that is, work 2 single crochets into the same stitch. This completes the single crochet increase. The stitch pattern for this round is now complete. Join with a slip stitch in the first stitch. If you can't find the position of the first stitch, count back to locate the corresponding stitch. It's this one. Insert and join with a slip stitch. Gently tighten. The slip stitch is not indicated in the form when crocheting in rounds, unless otherwise specified. At the end of each round, you need to join with a slip stitch. The starting tail of the yarn can be trimmed off if it's too long. This completes round 1. Now let's crochet round 2. Work 1 chain as the turning chain for the single crochet. The turning chain does not count as a stitch. Gently tighten. Therefore, it is not indicated in the chart. When crocheting, at the beginning of each round, you need to work a turning chain and tighten it. Then in the insertion point of the slip stitch, make a single crochet increase. On the left side, refer to the pattern and crochet the corresponding number of single crochets. After completing, crochet 3 single crochet increases. Continue with the corresponding number of single crochets. Two single crochet increases. Then join with the first stitch using a slip stitch. This completes round 2. Now let's crochet round 3. Work 1 chain as beginning chain. On the left side, crochet 1 single crochet, 1 single crochet increase, and the corresponding number of single crochets. Next in the chart is X, V, X3. X indicates the number of times to repeat the pattern. Here it means, repeat the stitches in parentheses 3 times. First, in the next stitch, crochet 1 single crochet, then 1 single crochet increase. This completes 1 group of stitches. Work 2 more groups. After completing, refer to the chart and crochet the corresponding number of single crochets. After completing, follow the pattern. First crochet 1 single crochet, then work a single crochet increase. Continue this way around the round. Finally, join with a slip stitch to the first stitch. The 3rd round is complete. From the 4th round down to round 18 in the chart. The crocheting method is simple. All stitch techniques used have been demonstrated before. The increases and decreases explanation means the same as before. Just follow the stitch pattern order in the chart. Repeat the corresponding number of times. Let me explain here. In the chart, are 5 to 18, even 6 to x, means starting from round 5, work 1 single crochet in each stitch. Each round has 62 stitches. Continue this way up to the end of round 18. When you see this format later, it means the same thing. When crocheting, don't forget to make the turning chain and slip stitch. Now let's use this swatch to demonstrate the crocheting method for round 19. My round count here is not for reference, only the method is being demonstrated. Make 1 beginning chain. The first stitch is a single crochet decrease. Let's take a look first. There are 2 strands in the stitch. The strand closer to you is called the front loop. The other one is called the back loop. Insert the hook into the front loop of the first stitch. Then into the front loop of the left stitch. There are 3 loops on the hook. Yarn over. Pull through the first 2 loops. 2 loops remain on the hook. Yarn over, draw through both loops. Single crochet decrease completed. This method of picking up only the front loops for a decrease is called an invisible decrease. When crocheting using this method, the gaps between stitches are smaller, resulting in a more delicate fabric overall. Next, on the left side, work the corresponding number of single crochets according to the chart. After completing that, make 1 single crochet decrease on the left side. Insert the hook into the front loops of 2 adjacent stitches on the left side one after the other. Yarn over. Pull through the first 2 loops on the hook. Repeat 2 times. Single crochet decrease completed. Work single crochets in each stitch to the end. That's how you crochet round 19. No new stitch techniques are used in the following rounds. Just follow the previous demonstration. Refer to the pattern chart and crochet accordingly. Don't cut the yarn after completing. I've already crocheted ahead here. That completes the bag body section. Now let's start working on row 1 of the flap. Starting from the second stitch of the previous round, work 2 slip stitches. Make 1 beginning chain to start. Single crochet in the same place where the last slip stitch was made. Then on the left side, work the corresponding number of single crochets. Done. Skip the remaining stitches. In the chart, K means skip stitch. That completes row 1 of the flap. Along the starting point, fold the bag body in half. Check if row 1 of the flap is centered. If it's not centered, adjust the number of slip stitches at the beginning. To center row 1 of the flap. Once it fits properly, proceed to work row 2. Make 1 beginning chain. Turn the work. Work even single crochets by inserting the hook into the front loops only. That completes row 2. Continue to crochet row 3. This row is worked in a similar way to row 2. Make 1 beginning chain, turn the work. Work even single crochets by inserting the hook into the front loops only. That completes row 3. Follow the same crocheting method as row 3. Continue all the way to row 9. I've already crocheted these rows ahead of time. Now let's work row 10. Make 1 beginning chain, turn the work. The first stitch here is marked in red as a single crochet decrease. Work a regular single crochet decrease. Insert the hook into the first stitch and pull the yarn through. Then insert the hook into the second stitch and pull the yarn through. There are now 3 loops on the hook. Yarn over and pull through all loops at once. Single crochet decrease completed. Then work single crochets across the left side. Work single crochets until the third to last stitch on the left side. After completing, work 1 regular single crochet decrease next. First pull the yarn through each of the 2 stitches on the left. Then yarn over and pull through all loops at once. Single crochet decrease completed. Row 10 is now complete. Now start row 11. Make 1 beginning chain, turn the work, follow the chart and work 1 single crochet decrease. The corresponding number of single crochets. One single crochet decrease. Row 11 is now complete. Work 1 chain stitch to secure at the end. Cut the yarn. That completes the flap section. Now start the border. Join yarn in the third stitch of the last round of the bag body. Which corresponds to the insertion point of the first stitch of the first row of the flap. Make 1 beginning chain. On the left side, between rows. Pick up stitches along the edge and work 8 single crochets in sequence. After completing, continue with 3 single crochet increases in a row. The last increase. Work into the first stitch of the last row of the flap. After completing, pick up stitches on the left side, and work 2 single crochets in sequence. 6 half double crochets. One ch1 picket, chain 1 picket, with 12 stitches, hereafter referred to as picket. That is, first work 12 chain stitches. Then slip stitch into the front loop of the half double crochet, and 1 thread on the left side. Work a slip stitch. This completes the picket. Continue by picking up stitches below and working 5 half double crochets in sequence. Two single crochets. One single crochet increase. After completing, pick up stitches between rows on the left side. Work 2 single crochet increases in sequence. Eight single crochets. Finally, at the insertion point of the last stitch, in the first row of the flap, work a slip stitch. Cut the yarn to finish. Thread the yarn tail into a yarn needle. Weave it in on the wrong side. That completes the earphone case. Cut another piece of same color yarn for the bag. On the side of the bag without the flap. Sew one button at the position corresponding to the buttonhole on the flap. Keep the side with the dashed line facing up, no specific sewing method required, just make sure it's securely sewn. That's how the button is attached. Next, take the D-ring, and attach it at the insertion point of the first row of the flap. Center it when sewing. No specific sewing method required, just make sure it's securely sewn. You can return, and sew over it again. I'll skip sewing it further here. Once done, tie off and weave in the ends neatly. Make sure to hide the other yarn end as well. That's how the D-ring is secured. Then use glue to attach it to the backside of the bow. Place it centered. Pay attention, the side with the button should face outward. Roughly glue only the middle section. Do not glue the edges. Once the glue is completely dry, you can sew a few stitches for reinforcement. When sewing, make sure to pick up only the back layer and the bow. Just enough to keep the bag from falling off. That concludes the shared part for both the crossbody and pendant versions. The earphone case section is now complete. Next, let's move on to the remaining decoration for the crossbody version. Simply take out the pearl chain with pouch. Attach it to the top two folded points of the bow piece. That completes the making method for the crossbody version. Now let's proceed to the remaining decoration for the pendant version. Take one heart-shaped lobster clasp and a leather cord. Insert one end of the leather cord into the hole at the tail of the lobster clasp. Bend one end by 3 centimeters. Adjust the length of the leather cord on the other end. So that the final length of the leather cord is about 13 centimeters. Meaning the length of this section. Place the 3 centimeter bent part right next to the D-ring. And position the other end of the leather cord at this 3 centimeter spot. Begin wrapping around to secure it. Start wrapping from the other side of the lobster clasp. Wrap one round with the left hand. Then use your left hand to pinch and hold it in place. Use your right hand to start wrapping. The excess part. Thread it through the 3 centimeter folded section. Then gently tighten the other end of the 3 centimeter fold. Pull gently to avoid breaking it. This will tighten up here. Now the leather cord is securely fixed. Cut off the remaining excess leather cord. Finally, attach the lobster clasp to the D-ring. That concludes the instructions for the pendant style decoration. Up to this point, the entire product has been fully explained. If you still have unclear parts during the crocheting process, don't hesitate to join our Facebook group to get supports. Susan's family, supporting your handwork experience, sharing the joy of life. Thank you all for watching. See you in the next episode.